Hello fellow paper crafters. I have a new video for you showing the latest dies I have for sale. They're the Geo Dies, and people have been emailing me ever since they got the first batch that I've had, asking when I was going to get the others in. Well, they're here, and I'm going to break them up into two batches. The first one will be a batch of 4, and then later on at another date I'll have the remaining dies left over. And the dies I'll bring to you today are the Geo Die number 4, 6, 7, and 9. They'll be individually priced, and they'll have a good price on them individually, but as usual what I try to do is if you buy the entire set, you get you get the good discount. So I try to do that with my dies. That's what my customers seem to like the best, so I will continue to do that until I'm told differently, but it seems to work well. And just wanted to let you know that these dies come with a couple of tools with them. This is the roller creaser and also the folding tool. And I would recommend these two tools. I like them a lot, and they really aid in helping you do this. The only thing is, if I'm going to send you the roller, you are going to need to pay for a small flat rate shipping box, because it's all plastic and it's not, made of metal or anything, so it's going to get smashed in an envelope. It's not going to work. So that's the only thing I wanted to let you know up front, because my Australian, Canadian / English friends, that might be a little pricey for the small flat rate box, but you can always stuff it full. It can go up to 4 pounds, so think about that. Okay, the first die we have here, this is Geo Die number 4, and this is what the die itself looks like. And what I created with it is this rather pretty, I think it looks like a sunflower, and I'm going to show you some contrasting ways that it is. It's one way. That's the back of it. I get requests, what's the back look like? And I can see, because you could put a nice circular thing in there. That's pretty in itself, but it looks nicer when I flip my paper around and I put this. That really stands out, and that looks so much like a sunflower. I think all people who like sunflowers will really like that. And then just to show you the back of that on there and what that looks like. Beautiful die, very easy. I think you'll enjoy this one in your collection. The next die is Geo Die number 6. And number 6, when you see what they show, this is the package, and doesn't look very attractive there. There's a square cut out. And here's the die itself, and lots of slots there, but it actually is a really fun die when you cut it out. And this is what it looks like. And I think that's really pretty. It doesn't overflap. You really have to kind of take your tool here and go around it and bend those, get those nice creases, and the same thing with the tool when you're using it. And for those of you who like to see the back, that's kind of fun too. So I was pleasantly surprised with that one. And this one kind of looks nice when you have a contrasting color underneath it. Alright, next die is Geo Die number 7. And this one's going to take me a little time to show you. And here's what the die looks like. Okay, and then when you just take the die like that, it comes out, of course, the cutout comes out like this. You kind of see that. And then when you tuck it and fold it over, you get this. And that's pretty nice in itself. Kind of looks like a quilt block, it reminds me of. Here's the back side for those of you. That's not very exciting. Maybe on a contrasting color. Still not very exciting. I think this is the best way with this one. Then this die has something you can that the Geo Die people came up with, that you can cut it twice, a dual cut. So what you do is you take this die, and when it cuts out, let me line it up, what it looks like when it cuts, like that. After you cut it, you take it and you move it over one length. And now if I slip under here, what you can see is I'm going to cut here and here. So it's going to cut there and give us more cuts. Now this is a little tricky, and what you want to do is use some tape on there to tape this down, because I guarantee if your plates are at all a little warped like mine are, the paper will kind of slip like this, or go, and then it's ruined. So if you just use some little bit of tape, removable tape is what I like, or whatever tape you use on paper to take it off, and it will work. It'll stay there nice and firm, and it'll work good. So when you remember, originally it's cuts like this, you move it over one, and what you get is this, all these cuts. And then you simply kind of take your folding tool, which I've already done on a couple of these, you can see, and you start bending the big folds over. And then what those do is you kind of just slip them in just like that. This was a little confusing. This one I had to sit and play with for a minute. And you can see you kind of get that thing going there. And then I'll show you what it comes out to be. That's the back side. Let's see if it looks better on there. Back side. And then here's the right side. And I just think that's really pretty. So with this die, you get either this one or this one. You can see, let me bring them up close so you can see the difference. Pretty cool, huh? One die, two different cuts. And the last one is Geo Die number 9. And this one, here's the die itself. Kind of looks like a flower there. And then when you do this die, some piece of paper, it comes out like this, and it's really pretty. It's kind of like hearts, if you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Like they come out like that, like a half chain of hearts. And you can see here on this side, let me put a contrasting color, you can kind of see the heart pattern there and how that comes out. Come to think of it, I think I had that backwards. Yes, I did. That's the backwards side. That's not the good side, but this is the good side. And then you get this heart and this lovely star in the middle. So that's it for the set. If you have any questions, email me, and by all means I will try to accommodate you. Please, when you email me, include your zip code or what country you're from, and I'll get you the cheapest shipping price I can, just actual cost there, and your PayPal email. I'm pretty much only accepting PayPal. I have just too much problems with checks. The biggest problem is people change their minds and they don't like to email me back and tell me that, and I sit with my stock waiting for checks that never come. And of course there's always bounce checks, that's a problem too, but it's just, my business is too small and I have too little stock, so when it gets tied up, somebody who really wanted it bought it elsewhere and I lost the sale. So that's why I kind of do the PayPal. And one surprise, I'm going to put my hand over it, not to get you motion sick so you're not getting it, but I want to show you something. For all of you who've been asking, here he is, and there's Bud. And he's recuperating, and there he is. He's laying right next to me. He's my little crafter. Probably making you all motion sick, I'm sorry. And there he is. He's resting. We had to up his meds a little bit. He's been overdoing it, and but he is a sweetheart. And he thanks all of you who've been emailing and wishing him well and praying for him. And I'll keep you guys posted on his progress. Bud had a cruciate ligament repair. I'd show you it, but he's laying on that leg, so you can't see it. But there's his adorable little face. Bud, you want to look? Nope, we're sleeping. Bye, everybody. Take care.